BNC's Dray. He's been covering the trial from the federal courthouse in Brooklyn since the very beginning. Dray, you heard so much emotional and graphic testimony in this case over the weeks. When you were talking about it, I was literally cringing. Dray, did any one moment stand out to you as a defining or maybe turning point in this case?
You know, I think what I run through in my mind a lot, there were 11 victims who testified on behalf of the prosecution. 6 of those victims testified they had sex with R. Kelly when they were underage. What I always think about is some of those victims, how terrified they were to testify in court, how terrified and how intimidating it was for them to sit across the room from R. Kelly and relive the tragedy and the trauma that they suffer at his hands. And just the amount of bravery it took for them to sit in that room and to relive those moments and those stories, and then to also stand up to a tough cross-examination. Sometimes it seemed to be a little heavy-handed on the victims, but they stood their ground and they made sure their voices were heard and they shared their story with the members of the jury. And that's why we got a resounding guilty verdict from those 7 men and 5 women.
Yeah, and Dray, we've talked about this before. You've covered this trial in an unusual way. Of course, because of COVID, the media was not allowed in the courtroom. Instead, reporters watched via a video feed. What was that like for you? Did you still get a sense of what was happening and the emotion of it?
It did have a level of challenge or difficulty, but I had some practice covering the Derek Chauvin trial in Minneapolis earlier this year. The challenging part was not being able to see the reaction on the jurors' faces to some of the testimony from the victims, the stories they shared, the details they shared, and trying to gather a sense of how it was affecting the jury. That was the most challenging part, but this is the new normal that we live in, where we're not allowed always to be inside the same courtroom as the attorneys and the jury, because we have social distancing and other precautions have to be taken in order to protect everyone involved. So there were some challenges, but I was still able to watch the trial from another room on 2 large screens. I could hear the testimony very clear. I had everything I needed to be able to tell the story day in and day out.
Yeah, and you did an amazing job, Dray. But I got to get your final thoughts after covering this trial for more than a month and seeing this verdict guilty. Because let's face it, I mean, we all know R. Kelly's music. We've all sang his songs, listened to his songs, you know, at wedding receptions, on the radio, wherever. What are your final thoughts about this?
I was born in 1978. I'm 43 years old. When R. Kelly was really coming onto the music scene, I was a teenager. So through my teenage years, through my young adult years, there was a hit every year, it seemed like, from R. Kelly. And when you hear his music, it takes you back to a place in time. My mother passed away in 2016. When she first heard I Believe I Can Fly, I remember her saying to me, every time I hear that song, I think about you. So there's an emotional connection to that song for me. But as I sat in the courtroom, I had a hard time squaring that I could listen to his music again. Because at the same time he was writing these massive mega hits, not only for himself, but a lot of other people in the industry, there was a whole different production going on that we didn't see. A whole big criminal enterprise where he was grooming young boys and young girls and using them in whatever way he wanted, sexually, physically abusive, all of those things. And the sad part is a lot of people knew about it, but because Robert Sylvester Kelly had the Midas touch and he could produce a record that could get gold or platinum, and so many people wanted the R. Kelly experience that they just looked the other way. One does not need to look any further than Aaliyah to know that this man had a problem. He married a 15-year-old girl, had her age changed from 15 to 18. People talked about it, they whispered about it, and they looked the other way, all because R. Kelly was a quote-unquote genius. Well, he's a depraved genius. He hurt a lot of people. He hurt a lot of lives. And even though with this guilty verdict, yes, the victims finally are vindicated, but they have a long road to healing, because they were indoctrinated, they were used, they were abused, and then just tossed to the side. at the hands of this man that they really believed they could not take down because he had so much money and so much power. But today, a jury said, no more. 3 decades is enough, R. Kelly, Robert Sylvester Kelly. No more singing, no more being on the stage. You will do the rest of your years behind bars, and deservedly so.
Yeah, I think a lot of people wondering how they're going to listen to any of his music again. It's going to be interesting to see who's brave enough to sample his music on one of their new songs. But thank you so much for that reporting, Dray Clark from Brooklyn.